I want to present a method that reshaped my perspective on wealth. It's a straightforward calculation that many overlook, yet it reveals why some people escape poverty while others remain stuck, despite their income levels. Simply take your annual savings and divide by 365. This figure represents your daily self-compensation. For most Americans, it ranges from $0 to $20 a day. Astonishingly, even high earners often hit zero or fall into negative territory. Now, consider the wealthiest non-celebrity you personally know. Determine their daily savings rate during their wealth building phase. It's likely between $100 and $500 a day. The disparity between these figures explains nearly everything about financial outcomes, beyond intelligence, luck, or connections. Your daily financial contribution essentially dictates your financial destination. Here's the remarkable aspect: viewing finances on a daily scale alters psychological perceptions. Saving $36,500 annually seems overwhelming to many, but saving $100 daily appears challenging yet possible. Both are identical sums, yet one feels accessible while the other seems daunting. This guide is about revitalizing your finances through daily practices, not through monthly budgets that are often abandoned or annual goals forgotten by February. It's about daily systems that grow, regardless of motivation, life challenges, or economic conditions. By the conclusion of this guide, you'll have a specific daily routine that makes remaining poor exceedingly difficult, not due to willpower or discipline, but because the system naturally yields results. Let me walk you through it step by step. The core of daily wealth building is something I term the morning money minute. This single quick habit propels more financial progress than hours of monthly budgeting could. Here's the routine. Each morning, before delving into emails or social media, glance at three figures in your primary financial app: your checking account balance, your total debt balance, and your investment account balance. Don't analyze or plan, just observe. It may seem trivial, but its impact is significant due to behavioral psychology. Daily observation signals to your brain that these numbers are important. Monthly checks render them abstract, but daily checks make them immediate and significant. Your subconscious starts aligning your actions with these numbers, even without your active thought. Morning is an optimal time because it frames your day's decisions. Seeing your debt balance before lunchtime shifts the impulse to splurge differently than usual. Noticing your investment account can motivate you to pack lunch rather than buy it, connecting it to a tangible goal. This morning habit links small daily choices to larger financial outcomes, and I've witnessed individuals transform their finances through it. It's not about magically making money appear, but about how awareness shifts behavior. Those who routinely review their accounts make different decisions than those who avoid confronting the numbers until it's urgent. Avoidance is a common pattern among those in financial distress, as the numbers stress them out. Yet avoiding them perpetuates negative financial habits, increasing debt and stress. The Morning Money Minute disrupts this cycle by fostering financial awareness. After a few weeks of practice, numbers lose their emotional charge and become data for informed decision making. Tomorrow, take 60 seconds to observe three figures. No analysis required, just observe. The second daily routine is the 24-hour wealth capture, where actual savings occur. It involves grasping a concept many disregard: money flows through your life daily. It comes from paychecks, side gigs, refunds, and cashbacks, and goes through expenses, impulses, and subscriptions. Many let this flow happen passively, capturing leftover funds by month end. The 24-hour wealth capture, on the other hand, prioritizes saving firsthand each day before expenses deplete your resources. The process is straightforward. Open a separate savings or investment account, distinct from daily expenses, and set up an automatic daily transfer from your checking to this wealth capture account. Initially, the amount can be modest, starting with just $5 or $10. What counts more than size is regularity. Here's the logic behind choosing daily over monthly transfers. A $300 monthly transfer feels like a big deal, noticeably reducing your checking account balance. This can trigger a fear of loss, leading to skip transfers when finances are tight. Conversely, a daily transfer of $10 feels almost unnoticeable, barely affecting your balance, so the fear doesn't kick in. The automatic nature of these daily transfers prevents emotional interference. Over a month, the total still sums to $300. But spreading transfers this way also balances income fluctuations. If you're paid bi-weekly, a monthly transfer might collide with a low balance, while daily transfers distribute the impact more evenly, lessening the risk of a hitch with any single transaction. Beyond the financial aspect, daily saving builds more than wealth. It reinforces the identity of someone who steadily builds their nest egg. At the end of 30 days, you've invested in yourself 30 times. Over a year, that's 365 contributions. This habit transitions from being a task to becoming part of your identity. Start with any amount that feels effortless. It could be just $5 daily, which adds up to $1,825 annually. $10 daily accumulates to $3,650, and $20 grows to $7,300 a year. These figures may seem humble until realizing that many Americans fail to save or even spend more than they earn annually. Thus, any positive daily contribution places you ahead of the curve. As earnings climb or outlays shrink, you can raise the daily saving amount. For instance, starting with $10 a day and increasing it by $2 every 6 months leads to saving over $30 daily in 5 years, nearly $10,000 annually amassed effortlessly, bypassing the usual budgeting hassles. The third daily routine focuses on monitoring spending through a method I call sunset spending review. Every evening, devote 2 minutes to reviewing the day's spending, not to criticize yourself, but to simply observe and categorize. Use your banking or credit card app to view today's spending. For each purchase, mentally classify it as either planned or impulsive. Planned spending is foreseen, while impulsive spending is driven by emotion. This daily reflection captures the emotional context of spending while memories are still fresh. Reviewing a month's spending doesn't offer the same insight since details fade. However, examining today's spending makes your emotional state at each purchase clear. After a week or two, impulsive spending habits become apparent. Maybe stress at work triggers these habits, or boredom in the evening, or social media exposure. By tracking these reactions daily, you recognize your triggers and can address them. Someone realizing stress-driven spending can find other stress outlets. If boredom leads to spending, they might modify their environment for engagement. If social media prompts spending, they can revise their media habits. Traditional monthly budgets combat spending with discipline, while daily reviews tackle it with understanding and pattern recognition. This makes the daily method more sustainable by aligning with human nature. The sunset review should last no more than 2 minutes. Glance over today's transactions. Note which were intentional or reactive and spot any patterns. That's all. Its brevity ensures you can maintain the habit even on hectic days. Lastly, the fourth daily practice might seem unexpected for wealth building. It's an investment in learning. Spend at least 15 minutes each day acquiring knowledge to enhance your earning ability. This can involve reading about your field, honing technical skills, studying negotiation or communication, learning about business models, or deepening your industry expertise. The link between daily education and wealth growth is indirect but forms a powerful tool. Your earnings reflect the market value of your skills, knowledge, and connections. So, boosting any of these can expand income potential. Spending 15 minutes a day amounts to over 90 hours per year for skill enhancement. Imagine two individuals embarking on similar careers at age 25. One spends all non working hours on entertainment, while the other dedicates 15 minutes daily to intentional skill improvement. After a decade, the first has stagnant or even diminished skills, while the second boasts over 900 additional hours of learning. The financial paths of these two individuals diverge significantly. The daily learner becomes eligible for promotions, commands higher salaries, adapts easily to industry changes, and gains skills that open up various income channels. Conversely, the non learner stagnates, becomes more susceptible to being replaced, and sees their relative value diminish. The 15-minute practice is intentional, brief enough to fit into any routine, substantial enough to foster real growth, and consistent enough to yield significant progress over time. The substance of what you learn is less important than the consistency of the learning habit. Someone devoted to reading about leadership for just 15 minutes daily will find themselves more likely to be promoted. A person spending 15 minutes a day learning sales techniques will boost their value. Dedicating 15 minutes to studying one's industry helps identify opportunities that others might overlook. Make those 15 minutes non negotiable. Whether it's in the morning, during lunch, or before bed, find a set time and protect it. The cumulative benefits of daily learning surpass nearly any other investment you could make. The fifth daily practice ties all others together with a brief evening planning session I term, quote, zero. Spend 3 minutes before bed, plotting your financial moves for the next day. Identify the spending decisions you'll encounter. Predict any triggers that might lead to impulsive spending. Set a specific intention for wealth accumulation and discretionary choices. This practice takes advantage of a psychological tactic known as implementation intention. Studies consistently show that detailing the when, where, and how of a task significantly increases the likelihood of follow through compared to merely having the intention. Instead of vague plans like, quote, 1, apply implementation intention. Quote 2. Such specificity transforms abstract intentions into actionable plans. Your brain enters the next day prepared, reducing decision fatigue since choices were made the night before. The tomorrow optimization should also designate how you'll use your learning time effectively. Knowing what to study during those 15 minutes removes the indecision that might lead you to choose entertainment instead. A 3-minute evening plan can save hours of indecisiveness and prevent impulsive spending, creating significant leverage from minimal time expenditure. Let me demonstrate how these 5 daily habits form a complete wealth building mechanism. Mornings kick off with the money review. Spend 60 seconds reviewing your 3 critical numbers, which initiates financial awareness for the upcoming day. Your wealth transfer occurs automatically, but your morning check reinforces its significance. You witness the steady growth in value. Throughout the day, this morning awareness influences choices: what to eat for lunch, resisting impulse buys, considering upgrades. Every decision relates to the numbers reviewed that morning. Allocate your chosen time for 15 minutes of learning each day. Consistency matters more than time specificity. Knowledge accumulates regardless of the specific day's lesson. In the evening, conduct a sunset spending review, spending 2 minutes analyzing the day's transactions and spotting patterns. This concludes the spending cycle and informs future decisions. Lastly, your tomorrow optimization schedules the next day's financial actions. 3 minutes of detailed planning increase the chance of a successful next day. Your daily time investment totals approximately 23 minutes, equating to around 140 hours annually. The returns on this investment of time exceed any other use of 140 hours each year. Now, why does this daily approach outperform other financial strategies? Monthly budgets fail due to their prolonged feedback loops. You make choices throughout the month and only evaluate once at the month's end, by which time the rationale behind decisions is forgotten. Budgets thus convert into failure scorecards rather than improvement tools. Annual financial planning fails as life's pace surpasses annual schedules. Goals set in January may become irrelevant by March, and motivation wanes within weeks. The plan remains untouched as daily life unfolds independently. Daily habits triumph by establishing immediate feedback loops and consistent compounding. Each day is linked to the previous and the next. The system self adjusts from continuous observation and correction, unlike the delays of monthly or annual evaluation. Furthermore, daily habits withstand disruptions better than occasional plans. When a monthly budget review is disrupted, it could easily be delayed for several months. However, if a daily routine is interrupted, you skip only a single day before picking it back up. This system shows its resilience by ensuring that no individual day is overly crucial. The mental sustainability of daily routines surpasses all other methods. Repetition makes them feel second nature rather than laborious. They become ingrained into your daily activities, persisting even when motivation wavers. Let me outline how you can adopt these habits without overwhelming yourself. In the first week, initiate just the morning money minute. Spend 60 seconds each morning reviewing your three key numbers. Don't incorporate anything else until this becomes second nature. In the second week, introduce the daily wealth capture transfer by arranging automatic transfers of a manageable amount each day. Continue with the morning money minute. By the third week, add an evening 2-minute review of your spending to the routine. Maintain the earlier habits. In the fourth week, incorporate a 15-minute learning period at a designated time. Keep all other routines going. By the fifth week, add a 3-minute session for planning the next day. All 5 habits will be in place together. This gradual introduction is important to avoid the frequent pitfall of trying to change too much all at once. Each habit is given time to settle before adding another. By the end of the 5-week period, you'll have a robust daily wealth building system established with minimal effort. Some might want to speed up this process, but that often results in quitting by the third week. A more measured pace ultimately leads to better results because enduring habits are more effective than those that fail. Let's look at the impact of these habits over time. If you start with a daily savings of $15, you'll accumulate $5,475 in a year, growing to about $5,850 with a 7% annual return. After 5 years, you'll have saved $27,375, which could grow to around $34,000. In a decade, savings could total $54,750, expanding to approximately $82,000. After 20 years, your savings could reach $109,500, boosted to about $240,000. If your daily savings increase as your earnings rise, starting at $15 and adding $5 each year, by year 8 you'd save $50 daily. After 20 years, this could result in over $400,000. These figures assume no extraordinary events. This consistent daily habit can yield impressive results over the long term. Meanwhile, the learning habit accumulates its own benefits. Spending just 15 minutes a day over 2 decades adds up to over 1,800 hours of skill acquisition, akin to an additional year of education spread throughout your career, and potentially doubling your financial gains. Additionally, the awareness from daily spending reviews can save a modest $10 daily, translating to an extra $3,650 saved yearly, or more than $150,000 over 20 years, being added to your wealth. Combined, these streams could realistically add between $500,000 to $1 million in wealth for someone with an average income over 2 decades. The manageable nature of daily contributions makes this goal attainable, even when the 20-year outcome seems daunting. Beyond the numbers, adopting daily financial habits cultivates a self-image of a person who builds wealth. This shift in identity is significant as it drives behaviors naturally. When one views themselves as a wealth builder, spending choices align with this self-image. The question becomes not, can I afford this? But rather, does this align with my identity? This perception shift makes saving feel intuitive rather than limiting, makes investing intriguing rather than a delayed gratification, and makes financial progress inevitable. This transformation occurs through everyday actions. Each morning, Money Minute enhances the identity. Each wealth transfer affirms it. Each evening review strengthens it. Each learning period develops it. And each planning session expresses it. After 100 days, you transition from trying to build wealth to being someone who builds wealth. While the change seems subtle, it's transformational. Those who embrace this identity of wealth building don't require motivation to keep going and don't struggle with consistency. They don't let go of these habits even when faced with challenges. These practices define their identity rather than being mere attempts. The shift in identity seamlessly drives their actions. Now, let me provide insight into why 2026 marks an unprecedented chance for consistent wealth accumulation each day. Technology has eliminated nearly every barrier to daily habits I've outlined. Transfers are immediate and fee-free. Banking apps provide instant balance updates, and there is an abundance of free learning resources. Calendar apps can effortlessly remind you of tasks. 2 decades ago, incorporating these daily routines needed in-person bank visits, paper tracking, library research, and physical planners. The hurdles were substantial, making consistency truly challenging. Today, the only obstacle is psychological. These habits collectively demand under 30 minutes. The physical effort needed is minimal. The real challenge is deciding to act. This technological boost significantly amplifies the impact of a daily routine. Engaging in these habits in 2026 offers advantages unavailable to previous generations. Though the benefits compound at the same rate, seizing them is now far easier. Another element that makes this era special is the economic unpredictability. Concerns about inflation, market fluctuations, job market changes, and the disruption caused by artificial intelligence. The future seems less certain than in previous decades. Consistent daily habits create resilience against this unpredictability. Unlike inflexible plans, a person with solid daily wealth building routines naturally adjusts to evolving conditions. Their system keeps yielding results despite any market, political, or technical shifts. Monthly budgets lose relevance when situations change. Yearly plans become outdated as assumptions fail. Daily habits endure, responding to the present rather than predicting the future. Someone consistently building wealth in 2026 will be well equipped to tackle whatever the next 20 years bring. Backed by accumulated resources and ingrained routines, their system delivers outcomes no matter the external environment. Here's what I suggest. Act now. Don't delay until tomorrow or the following Monday. In the next minute, take a step that commits you to start. Set an alarm for tomorrow morning labeled underscore underscore quote underscore 3 underscore underscore. That's it. Just one alarm, costing nothing and requiring no additional information, but creating a commitment. When the alarm rings, you'll recall this message and the system it portrayed. You'll begin your initial money minute, triggering a positive momentum. Most viewers will remain inactive, perhaps finding the concepts intriguing, yet clinging to old habits. A year on, they'll be in a similar financial state. However, a small fraction will set the alarm, initiate the money minute the next day, and gradually incorporate other habits. In a year, they'll have accumulated significant wealth and embraced a wealth building identity. In 5 years, the distinction between them and those who did nothing will be immense. The practices I've shared are straightforward, not secretive, nor restricted to those with inherent advantages. They are accessible to anyone willing to dedicate 23 minutes a day to their financial future. The question is whether you'll be among those who implement now or those who plan to do so eventually. Someday is a snare. It never arrives. Wealth builders take action today, specifically today, and again the next day, and so forth. Investing 23 minutes a day in these 5 straightforward practices leads to compounded results, making it genuinely difficult to remain in poverty. The system is now yours to wield. Your next move is entirely up to you.